Hi, everybody. I'm live again. Wow, what do you know, man? You're always going to get live episodes from me when I'm in the hospital. So, somebody out there keep score on how many times people go, why are you in the hospital? I'm not going to read, if I see that, I'm not going to even read it. I'm not going to. But hey, like yesterday, I'm in a good mood, but yesterday there were, well, every time I get in here, there's some pickle whistlers show up. I gotta ban them, but I gotta tell you, I like doing that as well. It's fun. But I see four people here already, and all right, let me see how my eyesight is tonight. Yeah, I can read fine. So we got hi Ralph, hi there, Rockstar. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm not in the hospital that much. Come on, that's exaggerating. Thanks, man. I'm doing all right, Montana. Next time we're not in the hospital, I'm gonna ask why you're not. It's a Downfall Network. Downfall Network has a documentary on me. I don't know. Did you take it down? I know he did a documentary on me, and he called my band Pizza Thrash. You know, I love Brody and all, but he's part of that. The younger generation that has to put a tag on every fucking music there is, even thrash. Oh, Pizza Thrash. The fuck is Pizza Thrash? All right. I got a girlfriend. I can't bang a nurse, man. I'm faithful. I ain't like some dude that goes to a Coldplay concert. It's still up, right on Downfall. I just watched. Oh, my phone is a little blurry here. Hold on, I got to scratch something. There's something on my phone. I just watched two movies at once. Don't think I'll do that again. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I thought I'd be funny high, but nah, whatever. Pizza thrash is a very funny term. You should hear my cheeseburger thrash. Oh, my cheeseburger death metal band. uh, Dom, I don't know why you keep bringing up this guy's name that hasn't been around in ages. He's probably dead for all I care. Ralph exposed those clowns was the only good thing crap Coldplay has ever done. Yeah. Uh, I don't know what Coldplay sounds like at all. And of course, I'm not going to look into it because I know it's going to be garbage. But, oh, a newer band that plays stadiums in this generation, it's going to suck. Black Sabbath's final show is going to be edited down and show in theater. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. You're very polite to the what? To the nurse staff. Well, I gotta be. I want to get the fuck out of here. I ain't gonna be rude to them. Hi there, Devin. Oh, Devin Palladino. Hey, I made a post about Devin the other day. I just love all you people that fucking follow me. You're all great. What is Hagar gonna hit the casket already? Yeah, right. Thank you for putting me on Phantom of the Paradise. I wasn't super into the music, but oh, cool, Downfall. A lot of people hate that movie. I saw the other day a post where it says, "What's the worst movie you ever saw?" And some guy wrote, "Phantom of the Paradise." I love that music though, man, especially Old Souls, the mellow tune, and then fucking Someone Like You is like metal, man, and Life at Last. Great, great movie. What's your favorite Who song? The Seeker. Mine is Behind Blue Eyes. I love that song. Nine Inch Nails overrated. I like some of it, but yeah, I don't revisit it much. I do have a couple there. I have that Wish EP. I like that. What's that song? Is it called Wish? The one that goes, fist fuck. God, I haven't heard that forever. It's all right. It's not really real music, but it's all right. Will Sammy Hagar Belcher belch his way to hell? Well, I don't think so, because hell is cool. He's not going to be there. He's not going to be in heaven either. They're not going to accept him anywhere. They're just going to, when he dies, he's just going to be in Detroit, like the worst part of Detroit. Get well soon and stay strong, Ralph. Thank you, Kevin. Galley Valley. I haven't seen Phantom of the Paradise in years, but I love that movie. I need to see it again. Yeah, they need to release it on 4K. I gotta watch. I know I brag about it a lot. If you see my episode of Cribs, my 77-inch LG, I got it on Blu-ray. I gotta put Phantom of the Paradise on that fucker. What's a movie? All right, that's a good question, Downfall. You know what a movie I don't like and a lot of people love? I don't know if you guys even know about it. Oh, fuck, what's the name of it? It's by Stanley Kubrick. It's the one, you know, the scene where the guy is riding the bomb. He's on the bomb and it's going down. I don't like that movie, and it's very loved. I just can't get into it. What's the name of that movie, people? Put it in the comment. I think it has Doctor in the title. I could be wrong. Favorite song from each. From each what? What is David? Oh, here we go with David Ellison again. Jimi Hendrix or The Doors? Hendrix. What is David Ellison's favorite video game? Pole position. Hey, I did watch your Cribs. Right on, Gally. Getty? Gelly? I hate the names on here. That, you know, they're not highlighted. Dr. Strangelove. You are correct there, Brody. That's the name of the movie. Dr. Strangelove. And look, Downfall Network is my number 2 friend. Wasn't there, somebody else was my number 2 friend the other day. You just replaced them. Prayers for you. Get better soon. Thank you, Lance. My favorite Jimmy solo is probably Bold as Love. Right on. Dr. Strangelove. Yep. I don't like that movie. I tried. And I love Stanley. My second favorite movie of all time is The Shining. I saw Clockwork Orange the other day. I bought that on 4K. Love the fuck out of those movies. Did you make a poopy in your bed? No, but I got to tell you, Vinny, I haven't taken a shit in 7 days. 7 days. I don't think I've ever been this long without taking a shit. Well, I know I haven't. Well, today, I went to take a shit, and it was fucking constipation. I mean, I'm not going to go into the grossness of getting the poop out of me. And thank God I'm in the hospital. You know, Elvis Presley died from that constipation. He died from it. And I thought I was going to die. I was in the bathroom, and I'm telling you, head to fucking toe, all full of sweat. Oh my God, it was the worst shit ever. Worst shit ever. And my blood pressure went through the roof because they checked my blood pressure after I was done. All right, I got to keep up with questions. For me, it's the Minecraft. I don't know nothing about video games. Bob Daisley now says he should have been honored by Black Sabbath as he thinks he is a huge part of their legacy. Thoughts? Well, he's a huge part of Ozzy's legacy. Look, I worship the Eternal Idol. It's my favorite Tony Martin album, and he had a lot to do with it. But it's not really part of the Black Sabbath legacy, you know? Even though I would say, man, out of the Ozzy, Ian Gillan, Born Again is my favorite after the Ozzy. Then the Dio stuff, well, And I know this is going to be controversial. My favorite Sabbath albums are with Ozzy, then Born Again, then Heaven and Hell, then Mob Rules, then Eternal Idols. But Eternal Idols sold as much as fucking Forbidden did, so it's not part of the legacy. But he definitely should have been a shout out for Ozzy's solo career, because if it wasn't for Bob Daisley, I'm telling you this right now, if it was no Bob Daisley and just Randy Rhoads, it wouldn't have been as good. It wouldn't have been as good. Bob Daisley's a fucking genius. Favorite candy bar? Is Reese's Peanut Butter Cup a candy bar? That would be my favorite. Are you a fan of Stanley Kubrick? Otherwise, like I said, I love Clockwork Angels. I loved The Shining, my second favorite movie of all time. I know there's another one, right? Did I say Clockwork Angels? Clockwork Orange. And there is another Stanley Kubrick movie I like, but I didn't like Doctor Strangelove. 2001 was just too bizarre for me. The one with Tom Cruise, Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, maybe it's just two movies I like from him, but they're fucking genius. Next band to do a massive send-off? Yeah, send-off show. I don't know. Hopefully it's Sammy Belcher. No shit record, dude. I don't know what that means. By the way, I'm on pain pills again. The more time goes on, the more Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley Kubrick, and They Live by... All right, I'm going to... Just because Brody said that, I'm going to give Eyes Wide Shut another chance, because I only saw it once. Now, They Live, I love that movie, but my God, does it drag. Until he puts on those sunglasses, I think the movie's boring as fuck. But when he puts on the sunglasses, it gets great. I got that on Blu-ray. Is that on 4K? Leave it in the comments below. I'm starting to buy all my movies on 4K. All my favorites. Because I've never had a 4K player till now. I bought a 4K TV and a 4K player. So I bought my favorite movies. I bought Jaws. I bought The Shining. I bought Dr. Sleep. I bought The Terminator. I bought Clockwork Orange. What other movie did I get on 4K? Oh, Back to the Future. Goodfellas. The Godfather. Exorcist. I think that's all I got so far. There's still more I got to get. Do you like the movie? I love Maximum Overdrive. I saw that shit in the theater. I think it's a great movie. One of the worst movies I never stand is Welcome to the Dollhouse. I never seen that. Yeah, I love Maximum Overdrive. What a flop it was, but God damn it. We made you. I have that on DVD. Elvis has some shit troubles. Just be careful with that. It killed him. Have you ever watched the movie about Lemmy being a vampire in LA? No. Steve-O and Ron Jeremy are in it. I just seen it for the first time. I want to see that, Fried. What's the name of it? Well, even if you say the name of it, I'm not going to remember. But fuck, I'd like to see a movie of Lemmy. I'm in a movie. My band, Thrash or Die, is in Return to Nukem High, the Trauma movie, and Lemmy is in that movie. So there's a connection with me and Lemmy, my pizza thrash band. Ralph, me and you have the same problem in reverse. I have episodes where I'm shitting lava. It's a corn syrup issue, apparently. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that problem. Have you watched the movie Stereo? No, I never have. I don't even know about it. Oh, Blue Velvet is another one I bought on 4K. Sing Cold Gin, please. It's Cold Gin time again. You know I always win. I don't drink cold gin, no, I don't. But I sell alcohol because I'm a hypocrite. That's the lyrics, right? Why don't they call it peanut butter? Oh, fuck, I forgot to do my peanut joke today. Why don't they call it peanut butter, man? Wait, what? Why don't they call it peanut what? Peanut paste. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Catman. That makes sense. I agree with the Ozzy stuff, but he's not a huge part of Black Sabbath's legacy. I don't care. He's my favorite part of Black Sabbath's legacy. What's your favorite movie of all time? Jaws. Sabbath, The Shining. Love that song. Been asking every YouTube Guitar Live streamer to play Cold Gin, and they have all failed. All right, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to read everything real quick so I can catch up, all right? Make it right. What's your favorite cereal, buddy? Even though I don't eat it no more. And I don't even think they make it anymore. Was it Captain Crunch, the peanut butter one that was little balls of peanut butter? Am I right? I used to love that fucking thing. Ralph, what you think of the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? Absolutely love it. One of the greatest movies ever, which I need to get on 4K. I do have it on Blu-ray. Who is you and why is you important to us? I am the singer of a pizza thrash band. The message of They Live is so... I can't read that word. Horrified, I think that's what you said. Brody says, a lot of my friends have the same opinion on They Live. The buildup is about the theme of the poor versus the rich. Yeah. Fuck Terminator 2. Fuck Terminator 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger was so badass as the Terminator, the bad guy. Him being a good Terminator sucks. And the kid, Edward Furlong, don't kill a Terminator. Fuck that movie. Terminator 1 is the only one that matters. Now, I do have T2. I watch it from time to time. It's got some cool special effects. It's got a cool, plot line, but fuck that. I prefer Aliens more. Now, I'm a bigger fan of the first Alien movie, but Aliens is a better sequel than T2 because of Bill Paxton. I'm going to head out. All right, dude. Been buying DVDs and physical media. Right on. Terminator easily. Yep. Ellison wants a podiatrist to get on evaluation, and the doctor told him to quit being so hard on himself. Oh, okay. Now I think about it, David Ellison must be a Coldplay fan. If I may ask, no, you may not. What is it about the Steve Miller Band that makes you stay away from music? I respect your opinion. What are you talking about? I dig some Steve Miller. Okay, I don't own any Steve Miller, but I like Keep On Rockin', Baby. I like the radio hits and Abracadabra. I like Fly Like an Eagle. I don't mind Steve Miller. I just don't own any of his stuff. I don't know where you're getting your information from, buddy. I've been to Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlantic, LA. See, I don't even own that shit, and I know the fucking lyrics. I think. Were those lyrics right? What do you think of Carrie Livgren's Sea of Change? I don't think I've ever heard that album. I have the album Ordeals on it, and I know it's not that album, so no, I haven't heard it. What other John Carpenter movies do you like? I love Halloween. He seems like he's, God damn it, my eyes, man. Yeah, I think you guys are going to start typing in caps tonight. I'm sorry. Like he makes movies for your taste. Wasn't John Carpenter part of The Thing? That may be his best movie. Another amazing movie. Twin Cities Oxygen. I grew up with T2, so nostalgia ranks it high for me. Right on. Hey, look, this guy's number two. Hey, somebody just took over your spot, Brody. Ron Jeremy is the real horror movie villain. All right. Did you know? Here's a great movie that Ron Jeremy was in for like 2 seconds. Anybody out there, and I have this on DVD, anybody out there seen the movie Killing Zoe? It's a bank robbery movie, and there's a scene where one of the bank robbers kicks open the door, and there's Ron Jeremy sitting there, and he blows them away. And that's it. That's the only time. That's a great movie. Underrated as fuck. Anybody know Killing Zoe? Favorite Deep Purple record with Steve Morse. Oh. You know, you'd think I'd say Perpendicular because it's a great album, but I might have to go with Abandon. No. Now What? That's my favorite one. That's cool as hell. It's called Sunset Society. Definitely worth a watch. That's the Lemmy movie. Ralph, what was the most difficult Thrasher Die song to perform vocally? My favorite Thrasher Die song. It's called Terrorvision, and it's a pizza thrash classic. Captain Crunch Peanut Butter Crunch is still out on grocery shelves near you. Right on. RoboCop rules. I love RoboCop. No T2, no. Fuck T2. Dave Mustaine is quickly earning this place alongside Hammy Gabar. Dave Mustaine's always been douchey. You know, I mean, I know Brody and most of you here are too young to remember this. I mean, you were too young to even know this happening. But back in the 80s, I used to read like Dave Mustaine interviews in magazines and shit, and he predicted we'd all be dead before the 90s because Ronald Reagan was going to nuke us all. He was so convinced. He's always been one of these conspiracy assholes. Taxi Driver and Mean Street is awesome. You're right. I need them both on 4K. You are right. You are correct. Thank you. I can't read your name, but thank you for saying Get Better. Dave Ellison's favorite Billy Squier tune, The Stroke. Annoyed by the Joker song is the... Oh. No, I actually like, everybody hates Ace Frehley's version of the Joker. I like it more than Steve Miller's. Maybe that's how you think I don't like Steve Miller. Because I love that version that everybody hates from Ace. Diamond D says, I can read Diamond D's name. Rock and Me will be in my top 50. Oh, Rockin' Me. I don't know what that means. What song from Peter Criss's solo album that Kiss should have played on the Dynasty tour? For me, it should have been Don't You Let Me Down. I love that song. Yeah, I would agree with you. Almo, my buddy. I know you're not a fan of Genesis and Peter Gabriel. Can you elaborate why? I don't find them to be that much different than Yes or Jethro Tull, which any band you fairly enjoy. I don't know, Yamo. Maybe I should give it more of a chance. Like I heard The Lamb Lies on Broadway. Is one of them called Trick of the Tail? I've heard those albums when I was younger because my friend that lived on my block had them and he played them back to front. But man, I'm talking when I was very young. So yeah, I should give them another chance. But I love, by the way, I love the self-titled Genesis album with Mama. Not whistling pickles, by the way. Just wondering why. Of course, you Admo. I know you're not a pickle whistler. I fucking love this dude. You guys have no idea. You know? If I was a girl, I still wouldn't fuck you, Admo. But if I was a girl, I'd let you fuck my hot lesbian girlfriend. They have been said they can. Man, I know there's a million comments. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to like skip over shit, but I'm going to have to. I want to keep up, all right? Selling England by the Pound is a classic Genesis album you should check out. All right, Nicholas. I'm not going to remember this, but I am going to remember to listen to some Genesis with Peter Gabriel. I hope Peter Criss' upcoming solo album is really good. So do I. Worst album of each of the big four and rank them against each other. All right. The worst out of all of them is obviously Saint Anger is probably the worst. Then that's number one, Saint Anger. Number two would be Risk. Number three would be Volume 8. And number four will be Diablos and Música. 70s Genesis was the best prog band ever. Right on. Do you like any Cannibal Corpse without Chris Barnes? Yes, I do, Downfall. I love Gallery of Suicide. Great album. Hey, Ralph, why are you in the hospital? Oh, fuck, I told you. I told everybody I wasn't going to read questions like that. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Nicholas. All right, I'll tell Nicholas. That's it. I broke my dick. All right. You know, everybody, don't worry why I'm in the hospital. Worry about me getting out. That's it. Doesn't matter why I'm in here. It really doesn't. Unless you have Dr. Fuck's hospital visit notebooks. Yeah, there you go. Ralph broke his ding dong. That's why he is there. For everyone else who has. There you go. Yeah. I broke my ding dong. It's embarrassing coming here, you know, getting to the front desk, and they say, well, what's the problem, sir? And I'm like, I broke my penis. I didn't want to say dick because that's kind of like a bad word. Penis is like, eh. Elson said it was all one hell of a misunderstanding. The young lady told him to show her his biggest song, but he thought she said, show me your biggest dong. There you go. And Elson doesn't have a biggest song. God damn, does his band suck. What's the name of that band that he has? It's fucking terrible. Thank you, Peter. You like Destroyer? Yes, I do. Brutal death metal. Yes, I do like Destroyer 666. Keep hanging in there, Doc. Thank you, 666. All right. I'm waiting for the next question. There we go. Allison was boring as a bass player until Peace Sells. I don't know, Nicholas. I thought he did some great shit on Killing Is My Business. Man, the song Chosen one. That's some awesome shit. What album do you think is worse, Saint Anger or Ordinary Man Ozzy? Definitely Ordinary Man, without a doubt. And Saint Anger blows chunks. Elson and Soto. I haven't heard that yet. I know that came out. I wonder, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't watch a man choking his chicken. Yeah, you know, actually, I did watch the video. That makes me gay as fuck. Yeah, he started to become boring. After Peace Sells. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, the first two albums are fucking, he's amazing. Craziest live show you've ever seen and why? All right. I don't know if it's the craziest, but man, I saw Death Angel on the Act 3 tour with Forbidden Evil tour. It was amazing in '89. And what made that show insane was while Death Angel was playing, and back then I used to mosh and stage dive and shit. And I was moshing. I don't think I stage dive at that show, but I know I was moshing. And some idiot in the mosh pit sprayed us all with tear gas. And the whole fucking venue ran out. And I was choking. He didn't hit me with the tear gas, but I whiffed it. So yeah, that had to be the craziest event in And then, we came back in and Death Angel was like, Mark was like, man, I thought I farted or something. Hey Ralph, which album is better? Judas Priest Redeemer of Souls or Invincible Shield? They're both whatever. I'll go with Invincible Shield. They're both kind of whatever though. Firepower is better than both. But I thought the last great Judas Priest album was Angel of Retribution. Every Friday and Saturday, I always go to record shopping, and today purchased was Headhunter by Crocus. Montana, you're fucking awesome. And this is a true story. When I was on tour, we went to this killer record store in North Carolina, and I bought Crocus Headhunter there on vinyl twice. I bought it on the same, I had a big stack of records when I left there. And when I got back to the hotel, I'm going through the record, I'm like, oh man, I bought Headhunter twice. And I gave it to my drummer. Is there a record album by legacy band that you consider as good as? Oh, that's a good question, Yoadmo. Because, man, that last Deep Purple album is unbelievable. Unbelievably good. Let me think. I mean, I guess the closest would be Firepower. Let me think. Oh, no. Saxon, Carpe Diem, is the best fucking Saxon album, in my opinion, since Denim and Leather. That one, dude. What is the funniest concert story from the Sporto? It had to be when I had sex with a girl I knew about 3 minutes. It was Billy Squier and Rat. Rat blew away Billy Squier, right? And in between Rat and Billy Squier, I'm out. And just, I used to drink a lot in those days. And I'm drunk, and there was this really cute girl. And I'll never forget, she had tight leopard like spandex pants, who fucking came up to me, you're cute, and started fucking hugging on me, kissing me, and I just go, come on, let's go. I took her to nosebleeds, took her pants off, and proceeded to fuck her. I should have got head. I didn't get head from her. But I had sex with her. I guess that would be the funniest thing, right? At the concert. Ralph, what is the... Oh, okay. Forbidden is my profile picture. Yeah, I can see. That is such a bad... That's one of my favorite album covers. Like, I don't have tattoos. If I was to get a tattoo, it'd be that Forbidden album cover. Elson should get an endorsement from a beef jerky company. Yeah. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Hey, good evening there, Anthony. Favorite of the German Big Four and album? It would be Sodom, and the album would be, In the Sign of Evil. Yeah, that one. You see, yes, Dark Angel and Hyrex, and Violence, and I can care less about Sacred Reich. I love not Independent, that album sucks. The first album, what's it called again? The first album and Surf Nicaragua. I love those two albums. If they play none from that, I'd be happy. Um, I'm gonna visit Jaws filming location on Martha Vineyard next month. You want a piece of something? Yeah, dude, Johnny, Joey, I would love something. Always look forward to Kiss Wednesdays. Man, if I'm not home, I don't think there's anything going to be on next Kiss Wednesday. Why did Thrash or Die end? Because I don't want to. You know what? The truth is, the band died because of the band members. Not because of me. I wanted to keep it going, but the band members, I don't know, they just fucking flaked on me. But before they flaked on me, they were incredible. We were an incredible live band. If you see any footage of Thrash or Die, we were fucking incredible. And we had a very strong following down here in South Florida. And, you know, we're a fucking unsigned band, and we got to tour the world. We're in a movie. There's bootleg shirts of ours, you know? We sold, I mean, the first album sold over 10K. And that's just me, grassroots. I kept repressing that shit. But yeah, and it got to the point where the second album only had me and Willie. There was only two members from the first album and the second album. Then Willie fucking flaked out. And I was like, do I want to continue? And that's why it ended. I didn't want to continue. And even the people that replaced all the original members, they all flaked too. And I was tired of it. You excited for the new Alice Cooper? Yes, I am, actually. I love all three songs I've heard so far. After living with it for a while, I think Equals One is my favorite below in rock. Wow, and Machine Head. Really cool, Alamo. It's up there for me. But no, I don't think I'd put it over Come Taste the Band or Burned. Or even Who Do You Think We Are? I think it's grossly underrated. But yeah, you know what? I would put it above Fireball, and I love Fireball, but I'd put it above that one. That Billy Squier album with Rock Me Tonight is bona fide suck album. The end of his career. Yep, it sure was, Nicholas. What's your favorite Kiss album cover? Love Gun. Do you like the Crocus cover of BTO Stayed Awake All Night? Loved it. Like it even more than BTO's version. Don't you want a rainbow tattoo? You dodged a bullet there. Rainbow is amazing, though. You are right, man. Zachary knows the story. I almost got the Rainbow Rising tattoo. And I said, if I don't get sick of this fucking album cover in 5 years, I'm getting it signed. I'm getting a tattoo right here on my arm, right? And on year 4, I'm in a red light, and there's a car in front of me with a rainbow sticker on it. I was like, oh! And I live on, well, at the time I lived on South Beach, which has a big gay community. So yeah, I might as well get a tattoo that says, "Hi, Sailor." Did you like the song Betty Davis Eyes? No, I didn't. Hey Ralph, which album is better? Saxon Carpe Diem or 2004 Lionheart? Like I said, Carpe Diem is the greatest Saxon album since Denim and Leather. And I love Lionheart. If you reunite Thrash or Die, I'll be your bass player. Montana. Yeah. You know, actually, the guy, the last bass player, the one that, well, actually, the original bass player didn't even play on the first album. But the guy that replaced Chris, he was the most dedicated guy. So if Thrash and I was to get back together, you'd have to, Josh would be the man. I'm sorry, but pick another instrument. If Ozzy was to sing one song by the other Sabbath singers, which would you like to hear? Huh, interesting. What Sabbath song after Ozzy would I like to hear Yeah, Children of the Sea. Because supposedly he did a demo of that. And I'd like to hear Ozzy sing Children of the Sea. I think it would be cool. Also, the Thrasher Die band rules. Thank you, John. I remember you telling me you guys headlined a show in front of 8,000 people. Yup, in Colombia. I'll always remember that. Totally awesome. It's on video, bro. Dude, what a rush to see like 4 different pits going. It was insane. By the way, I haven't taken a shower in a week either. That's why my hair's like, I mean, I wet my hair, but I can't, because of all these bandages, I can't actually, I gotta like sponge bath myself. Is it, hey, hold on. Is it dumb that Zach Sabbath wasn't at farewell show? No, fuck Zach Sabbath. I'm actually surprised Zach Sabbath didn't do a set. I'm surprised. Well, no, actually I'm not because Zach Sabbath hasn't really taken off. Like, there's a cover band called Jazz Sabbath that's so much better. Bands you're most surprised Ian hates and bands you're most surprised he loves. I got to tell you, the most surprised I am, because I know Ian's taste, he likes that druggy type music. I thought he'd love Trouble. And what I'm surprised he liked, nothing really. Ian is very safe with the shit that I like. I like bands like Violence and Dark Angel, Candlemas, shit like that. And he's more into safe thrash, like Overkill and Testament. He doesn't like to explore shit, but he likes that stoner shit. Hey Ralph, great Friday night, bro. Great for you. I'm in the fucking hospital, man. I'm just kidding, Alfonso. It is great because I'm with you all. Ralph, do you think Zach Wilde is overrated? Yes. All the roids are messing up his playing. I think Zach Wilde wrote the greatest album of the 90s, Book of Shadows. But yeah, he's not that. You know what? I've always loved Zach as a guitar player, but then when I saw him try to do Dimebag, I realized he ain't that good. He ain't no Dimebag, that's for sure. I hope you get out of the hospital soon. You and I both, my friend. What is your favorite Judas Priest album, Ralph? Unleashed in the East, but if we're talking studio, then it'd be Sad Wings of Destiny. Dodge a bullet with that tattoo. You're so right there, Joseph. Yoalamo says, same thing. If Ian Gillan was to sing one song from other Deep Purple singers, which one would you choose? Soldier of Fortune. That one. I'd love to hear him do Soldier of Fortune. I would like to hear Ozzy sing Voodoo. Yeah, good choice there, Rowdy. Good choice. Get a sponge bath. I do. Ask the nurse for a sponge bath. I don't. I got a girlfriend, bro. I ain't no Coldplay fan. Did any local band ever ask you to produce any of their music? No. I think you would rock at that. Really, dude? Because I don't know if I would. I've had local bands ask me to sing on their records. I have done that. Check out the band Atomic and their song Metal Injection. I sing a line on that song. Where's your candy striper? I don't know. I know what you mean by that, but I don't know. They're not in this hospital. Hi, Ralph. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Doug. I beat you to it, Zach. Do you like the Leprechaun? Yeah, I did, actually. I don't own them, but I thought they were funny. Has one of the funniest horror movies ever. Yes. Yeah, actually, I do like. I think I think I only saw two of them though. I think they made more than that. I feel bad for you. Get better soon. Thank you, Charles. Doc, what's your favorite Dictators record? I don't know much about the Dictators. Blood Brothers, Girl Gone Crazy, Manifest Destiny. Cheers, Doc. I know about the Dictators with, what is his name? Something Dick. And my Ross the Boss was with them, and Mark the Animal Mendoza was with them. I know that, but no, I don't know much about them. What Queen song do you think is better? Was it all worth it or the show must go on? You know, it's funny about that, and I know why you asked that question. Because Rockstar knows what's up, and Ualamo would know why he asked those two songs. Because those two songs were supposed to be the final songs that Freddie ever done. But he lived longer, so he did The Show Must Go On. Man, Was It All Worth It is way heavier and amazing, but Show Must Go On, I think I'll give the edge to that one. They're both amazing, girl. They're both amazing songs for Freddie to go out. And you know what? I think The Show Must Go On is even more appropriate as the final Freddie song. Or actually, what was the name of it? Mother from Made in Heaven. That's the last song he sang on. What do you think of Morbid Saint? They're awesome. That album with the cracked out looking Eddie on the cover rules. I saw Morbid Saint. They actually came down to South Florida maybe like 8 years ago. And they played Churchill's. It was amazing. Yep, I understand being in the hospital sucks. Yeah, Alfonso, it does suck. What's your favorite song on Ted Nugent's song on the Free For All album? Dog, dog, dog eat dog. That one. I was laughing at Ian when you guys reviewed Mayhem. He couldn't get past the vocals. Yeah, Ian. I mean, I do understand Ian not liking Mayhem. That I get. Because, I get Ian can't get into extreme metal. I do get that. But shit like Candlemass and Trouble and Violence, it's like, damn, dude, really? You must really hate metal. Sorry I'm late. I had to do a David Ellison. And what about King Diamond or Rob Zombie? What about them? King Diamond rules. I like some white white zombie stuff. Steven Tyler sounded great. Yes, he did. Isn't it funny that Allison played on Shot in the Dark at the... I don't know what's funny about that. I think the only funny thing is that he didn't like he played his bass the whole way through the song. He didn't stop midway to jerk off. I thought that was odd. I was like, when's David Ellison going to jerk off already? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing better, Danny. Thank you. Have you seen Kayla Kent, who's that, play Dimebag? Oh, that may be the girl, dude. That I saw a girl. Does she play Domination? I saw this girl play Domination on YouTube. That chick should be in Pantera, not Zach. But Zach's got the name. Allison and Willie Nelson started a new band called Dongs and Bongs. Ualamo says, thoughts on Imaginos? I need to give that album more of a chance. I've given enough chances to that album and only like 3 songs. Ualamo, that's more than I liked. I got to give it another chance. Thanks to somebody very cool out there, they got me every single Blue Oyster Cult album on CD. They got me the box set. I think Imaginos is in the box set, but he also got me Curse of the Hidden Mirror and Heaven Forbid and Symbol Remains. I got to give that album more of a chance because, I can't give you, all I know is that it didn't do much for me. And I might have listened to it twice, maybe 3 times. What's the best vocalist for Kiss? Who's the best vocalist for Kiss? For me, it's Peter Criss. For me as well. Peter Criss is their best singer. Hope you get out soon. Thank you, man. But I know I'm not going to leave here anytime before Monday. I'll be here till Sunday. So you'll probably get more live shows from me. Did you like the movie? I love Burn Offerings. Love that movie. I have it on DVD. The Dude, the Driver, fucking great movie. Did you like the? Yeah, I gotta go. Thanks, Zachary, for being here. I'll watch this tomorrow. Hope you finally get out soon. I'll listen to Sabbath for you and Poser Holocaust. You're the man, Zachary. Thank you. Mother Love was the last song. Yeah, that's the one. Mother Love. Have you discovered any newer metal bands recently? Yeah. Oh, what's the name of them? Fuck, I can't remember the name of them though. I just heard them yesterday. Ron Dimer was here and he talked about a band. Something Witch? I forgot, man. Something, it was good. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't remember the name. Best Joe Perry riff and solo. Coney Island Whitefish Boy. Doc, Riley Reid or Keisha Gray? I don't know who either of them are. What was it about the Dead Daisies with Glenn Hughes, but you weren't crazy about? I saw him live and I didn't care for it. I just didn't care for it. It was kind of generic to me. Combination, that's a great Aerosmith song. Are you implying Ian's musical taste are white bread? You know, Ian would hate for you to say that. Ian hates white people. He does. You know, if people call him a racist, I don't think Ian's a racist unless it's white people. So yeah, he wouldn't like that. Favorite Mahogany Rush record? Well, definitely a live one, but studio albums, I'd say Who's Next. What's your favorite song and least favorite song on Kiss Love Gun? My favorite song off Love Gun is I Stole Your Love. My least favorite is Hooligan, because I hate that fucking song. Okay, Crimson Glory or Grim Reaper? Grim Reaper. I've never seen Grim Reaper, but I saw Crimson Glory with Midnight early when they wore half the mask shit. I saw them open for a it was a local band that was huge called Tough Luck, and they opened for them. Yep. Hey, Ralph, have you heard the new Pentagram album? I'm not into Pentagram, believe it or not. You know, I don't hate them, but I'm not really into them. Thoughts on ABBA Voyage? It's awesome. What is a good comeback album? Oh, it's a great comeback album. What's the name of the last song on that ABBA album? I love that song, whatever it's called. The final song on that ABBA reunion is great. How do you know if somebody lost their marbles? They start playing with their nuts instead. That's not a good joke, but hey, at least it made me chuckle. All right, I'm keeping up with you guys. Apart from John Lord, who are some of your favorite rock keyboard players? Derek Sherinian is very underrated. For me, the person that replaced John Lord, Don Airey. I love him. Nicholas says, Ralph, what happened to the band Odin? They got really sucky on the downfall of Western. Oh, man. Odin is horrible on that movie, but I love Don't Take No for an Answer. You know, I saw them. When I was in LA in 1985, I saw Odin headline the country club with Oh man, here's a great story, dude. I saw Odin, and they were awesome, by the way. Well, you know, they played all their shit from the EP. They also played Immigrant Song, Led Zeppelin. It was great. But here, check out this story. This is crazy. The opening band that night was a band called Stone Soldier. Never heard from them since, whatever. They were great. They were awesome. They dressed all metal with the spikes. Well, here's the interesting thing about Stone Soldier. I saw him that night, never heard from him again. I never heard demos, nothing, right? I used to deliver Chinese food about close to 20 years ago, 17 years ago. And one day when I was delivering Chinese food, I had an Armored Saint shirt on. And by the way, fuck Phil Sandoval. And I don't want to talk about Armored Saint ever again because of that prick. But I was wearing an Armored Saint shirt and I'm delivering Chinese food. And I delivered Chinese food to some dude, and this is Miami Beach, not LA, you know. And I delivered Chinese food, and this one guy answered the door, and he sees my Armored Saint shirt. He goes, dude, Armored Saint, fucking great band. I opened for them. I had a band in LA called Stone Soldier. I was like, whoa, what a coincidence, right? What a great story. And he told me they did have demos, but he didn't have none. I was like, dude, I saw you open for Odin at the country club. And he was like, oh shit, I remember that. I go, dude, you have anything, any demos or nothing? Because you guys were great. And he goes, yeah, we did do demos, but I have none of them. Ain't that a great story? All right, let me get back here. Anyway, Odin, great band. I almost forgot to ask you, what's your least favorite song on Ted Nugent's Free For All? Sorry if I forgot to ask you. Man, they're all great. There's no least favorite song. I love that whole album. If I had to pick, maybe Hammer Down, but I love that song. All right. David Ellison's favorite meal is beef stroganoff. Thoughts on Freddie Mercury and... Freddie Mercury as a piano player. Any favorite line? People usually don't talk about his piano skills. Great piano player. I love his piano playing. Like a March of the Black Queen. Melancholy Blues. That good enough, you Alamo? There's many great piano songs. Millionaire Waltz. Ellison was embraced, is it? Okay, it's another Ellison joke. I can't read it for some reason. Thanks for the live stream, Doc. And going into chance to hang with you. Thank you, Joseph. That singer from Odin sounded so great on that EP. Fuck yeah, The Writer. That song, The Writer, is fucking badass. And was so horrible in that movie. I know, right? Gypsy! I mean, God, what unfortunate everybody knows Odin from that crappy movie. David Ellison's next solo album is self-produced. Loves to play with himself. Painkiller Resurrection, easily Resurrection. It is 3:55 in the UK. Get well soon. Right on, Neil. Hey, Neil. You live in the future, bro. And by the way, UK has the greatest bands. Hey, Ralph, what did the band Stone Soldier sound like in 1985 when you heard them? They were like great traditional metal, kind of like Armored Saint, like that type of metal. They were great, man. Would you think And I've done searches online to find some of those Stone Soldier demos. No luck. Uh, who do you think is the better drummer, Keith Moon or John Bonham? Both amazing and different, but yeah, if I have to pick my style, I'd have to go Bonham. But fuck, man. Keith Moon, the Godfather meets the punk. What a fucking drummer. Have you seen Adler's Appetite? No, I'd like to, though. I really would. David Ellison's favorite drink is Frappuccino. Looks like Stone Soldier has YouTube demos listed. Whoa! I won't forget that. I will look for that after I'm done. Thank you, Heavy Metal Cruncher. Is that your name, buddy? Dude. Because believe me, I haven't looked for Stone Soldier demos since like 15 years or so. I gave up. Because I looked on SoulSeek and Napster and all those places. Wow, they got some fucking demos on YouTube. Badass, brothers. Dude, you just gave me the coolest comment all night. I thank Heavy Metal Cruncher, whatever your name is. Yeah, Heavy Metal Cruncher. You the man. Or maybe a woman. No, no woman would call herself Heavy Metal Cruncher. Because chicks ain't into metal. The only metal girls are into are pots and pans. Did you know that? Just kidding. My chick is into metal. Random album battle. Alice Cooper, Brutal Planet versus Alice in Chains Facelift. I gotta go with Alice in Chains, but goddamn, did you know that on Record Store Day when they released Brutal Planet, Alice Cooper, the hype sticker is something I wrote. It even has my name on it, in case you didn't know. Hey, Ralph, what album do you think will win again? Will win against Cheap Trick in Color, the first Cheap Trick album, and Dream Police, and Heaven Tonight. I love In Color, though. Ralph, what do you think of At the Gates? I love Slaughter of the Souls. But, that's all I know from them, really. I saw the singer of At the Gates with The Crown. That was badass. Sacrifice was the best band from Decline. Were they on there? Oh, Seduced, yeah. Pure rock and roll band. Yeah, I have both their CDs. The first one's better, but the second one's good. The second one has Crash Landing that's in the movie. Do you like the Rolling Stones? Yes, I do. What's your favorite song? Heartbreaker, Doo Doo Doo. My favorite part of Decline of Western Civilization was the skunk hair. That guy was ridiculously cringe. What a poser, yep. I love that one guy in Decline. Yeah, but what if you don't make it? But I am. But I am. Just check out my band. Lots of chicks are into metal. And, dude, yo alamo, let me tell you something. Girls in South America are more metal than the guys here. And that is including me, all right? Chicks in South America are way more metal than I'll ever be. Just talking about the girls here in America. Well, no, I was kidding too, But no, the girls here in America are nothing compared to South American chicks. Jesus, bro, your hair looks like Eddie Maiden. You need the hatch. Yeah, I know. I haven't showered in a fucking week. What do you want? Let's see your hair if you haven't showered in a week. Do you even have hair? Look at this, dude. 60 years old and still a full head of hair. And when I wash it, it doesn't look like it's balding like it does now. I told my brother, when you come by tomorrow, bring a cap, because this is embarrassing. I don't even want to have myself on fucking video, but I can't read the comments if I don't, so what can I do? Suck versus suck, live to win or asshole? Asshole's better. Is Kiss Exposed a cringy rockumentary? Of course it is. but it's typical Kiss, all full of shit. They didn't even own that house. Two of my favorite piano intros of all time. Oh, Death on Two Legs and Joan Crawford. Yes. Which do I like more? Man, I gotta give it to Death on Two Legs. You know, I do have a complaint about Joan Crawford has risen from the grave. The middle section with the car crash and the trumpet, that little weird part. I love the weirdness of UFO. Don't get me, I mean, VOC, don't get me wrong. But I thought that part was a little unnecessary, though the rest is so badass. And I love the video. But Death on Two Legs may be my favorite Queen song of all time, or at least one of them. Actually, scratch that. Paul Stanley was the most cringe part of that movie. Yeah. You know, Paul Stanley later said, talking about the movie, he goes, yeah, I did it like, you know, like it's a joke. No, you didn't. You really wanted people to believe, you know. Are there any singers where you like their voice but hate their music? Rob Thomas for me, good singer. Me, the singer of Linkin Park, the guy that killed himself, horrible music, great voice. Do you know of Canadians punk band? Yeah, I know DOA. I don't know much about them, but I know about them, yeah. Have you ever seen a movie called That Thing You Do? I think I did. Isn't it that movie where it's kind of like he's a band manager and they were kind of like the Beatles? I kind of remember it. What's your favorite Clint Eastwood film? Man, all right, hey, look, it's not my favorite, but I saw it today and I cried. And I cried not only at the end where I'm supposed to cry, I cried throughout it. Fucking Gran Torino, man. Not my favorite, but it's definitely the most emotional Clint Eastwood movie. Now, as far as all-time favorite, I would probably have to say Magnum Force. That's the second one, right? The second Dirty Harry movie. I love Magnum Force. I love the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was cool. And I'm not into spaghetti westerns, but I love that movie. I have the box set of The Man with No Name. I'll have to go with Magnum Force being my favorite. Greatest 80s sitcom. See, by the 80s, I was already checking out. I wasn't into TV shows anymore. So it'd have to be early 80s. Taxi. Probably be my favorite. Oh, wait, no. WKRP in Cincinnati. Then Taxi. David Elson's favorite Pantera song is Using My Third Arm. Hey, Ralph, hope you feel better. Thank you there. Oh, Metal Ben. Thank you, Metal Ben. Ralph will live until he is 200. I am convinced. I believe you, dude. I think so, too. Bronson, my favorite Western movie is Shanghai Noon, Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. Never seen it. How bad were Tool when you saw them live? They were probably the most boring fucking band I ever saw in my life. They were fucking horrible. Did you like Sanford and Son? Yeah, but that's 70s, dude. I love Sanford and Son. I own the complete season on DVD. Taxi theme song was killer. Welcome Back Kotter. Welcome Back Kotter is another one I loved. But that's all 70s. Now, when it comes to 70s, my favorite sitcom definitely of the 70s, and there's so many great ones, All in the Family. The fucking facial expressions Archie Bunker would make, fucking gold. Always made me laugh. You guys saw I made a video for Motley Crue Brandon. It's on the channel. Like type in Motley Crue Brandon Almost Human. Like I put Archie Bunker's face here and there because the song is so bad. Outlaw Josie Wales, great movie, Joseph. Good call. Um, do you like John Carpenter? Yeah, The Fog was cool. I was listening. I was listening to a great album with many bands. The name of the album is Death. Is it in the beginning? Be great bands, Covenant, Dismember, Sinister, Benediction, Demure Borger. You know Sven of Demure Borger saw my band when we were, I mean, it was probably our second gig, and he loved us. And he also came to my job because he was dating a girl I was friends with. Great dude. Million Dollar Baby, oh, $1 Million Baby is another, well, wait. $1 Million Baby is another Clint Eastwood film that is very depressing. I've never seen that one. It's about a female boxer and Clint is here, her manager. It came out a few years ago before Gran Torino. All right, never heard of it. Did Ellison ever play Wacken? Another great band, great album from Nuclear Blast. I don't know what album you're talking about. What's your fave Sabbath album cover? Mine, Heaven and Hell. Mine is fucking Bloody Sabbath. My mom's friend named her son Nicky Six. All right, your mom's friend's an idiot. David Ellison's favorite South Park song, Jackin' It in San Diego. Right on. Shove it up your ass, Uncle Fucka. Taxi was great. Reverend Jim, yeah. And Louis was hilarious characters. Worst lyrics, Put My Log in Your Fireplace, or Only Time Will Tell If We Stand the Test of Time. Definitely Sammy Belcher on that one. Bastard by Motorhead, underrated album. You got that right. The song Burner, I Am the Sword. What's that other song? Liar. Yeah, there's a lot of great shit on that. I own that album on picture disc and regular vinyl and CD. I have seen $1 Million Baby. I love it. I got to check it out. What's the longest tour Thrash or Die were on? The European tour, because it was, and we haven't toured like great amount of times, but the European tour was almost a month. What, have you seen any, you know, when we played Germany, there was a couple that showed up in Dr. Smocks, and they wrote in the back, Dr. Fuck. That was fucking amazing. High Plane Drifter, another great one. And also, Any Which Way But Loose in the second one, Any Which Way You Can, with the monkey. I thought those were great movies. Do you like any Saga music? Yeah, I own a couple Saga albums. I have the one with the face on the cover that has Wind Me Up and, is it Turn Me Loose or something like that? Yeah, I love me some Saga. Sacrifice is a great Motorhead album. Sacrifice is my favorite Motorhead album of the later stuff. One of my favorite Motorhead songs, and that's extremely underrated off that album, is Out of the Sun. The last song on that album is one of my favorite, all-time favorite Motorhead songs. And of course, that title track, holy shit. What a great video, too. Okay, Ralph, keep rocking on. Great chat. Great transition. Hope you be out of the hospital soon. Thank you so much, Alfonso. Ualamo says, was the Galactic Cowboys the worst album you ever reviewed in the podcast? It was hilarious how outraged you guys were by it. I gave it a listen, and yep, It did suck a bit. Yeah. I don't know if it's the worst album I reviewed. It probably is. No, the worst album I reviewed is The Cure. Pornography, that was the worst. And that Tool album wasn't fun either. What is more lame? Heaven Can Wait or Parental Guidance? Parental Guidance. And I hate Heaven Can Wait. And Ian loves Parental Guidance, so there you go. High Plane Drifter is my favorite Clint Eastwood movie of all time. Nice. Uh, no, there's one album you put as Suck versus Suck, but then changed it because the album actually sounded better over the years. What album was that, bro? Favorite Jackson 5 song? I'll Be There. I like Rockin' Robin a lot too. Oh yes, Out of the Sun is a great tune. Hell yeah, there, Metal Ben. One of my favorite episodes is the Hot in the Shade review. Hell yeah, with TikTok Man. Where the fuck is TikTok Man? I miss that dude. One of my favorite episodes, yeah. Best song off Live in Pompeii, Echoes. What's your favorite Gene Simmons bass line from the 80s? From the 80s? Mr. Blackwell. Unforgiven and Pale Rider. Unforgiven was amazing. And I'm not into Westerns, but Clint Eastwood made some great Westerns. I do love, even though it's not Clint Eastwood, you know what movie I love? I think it was called Tombstone, where Val Kilmer was like, I'll be your Huckleberry. Was that Tombstone? What a great movie that was. Sudden Impact I saw in the movies when it was new. Go ahead, make my day. What's your opinion on OTEP? I don't like them. I looked into them. I was only 17 and I listened to Uriah Heep's They Told Me Hold On, okay? What's your thoughts on Alice, Along Came a Spider by Alice Cooper? It's okay. I thought Dirty Diamonds was better though. Those are back to back, right? Nothing beats the Fear of the Dark review with Josh and who we shall not fucking mention. That was an amazing episode. That was one of those episodes where Ian was beyond drunk. What do you think Living After Midnight was a huge hit and Heading Out to the Highway was not that much? I like the latter better. And Harley sounds like, yeah, I agree. I love Living After Midnight, but yeah, I like Heading Out to the Highway better. I saw Oreo at Ozfest years ago, and I didn't know what the hell to think. I never heard of Oreo. Did they dress like cookies? Favorite Uriah Heep album with David Bowie? Come in. Hello.
Hello. I'm going to check the vitals.
Okay, they're going to check my vitals now. Okay, so give me a second.
I'll be quick.
No, take your time. No rush. Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Very good.
Alrighty, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let
Thank
me
you.
get back to your life.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, back. Okay, let's see here. Against, oh wait, Doc VH1, oh, Van Halen 1. Which Thrasher Die song took the longest to record? Well, not record, because all our songs were kind of quick, because we had them, but the longest to write was No Pose Allowed. That middle section, which we called the Misfits, you know, the part where it gets fat, man, we didn't have that part. It took us forever to figure out. And you know, the weird thing about Thrasher Die was I mean, not a lot of bands do this. I wrote lyrics first, and then we wrote music to it. And it was, you know, because that part of the song was very fast, so the music had to be fast. And we were trying to make it thrashy fast, but then I'll never forget how we wrote it too, because Willie started doing the riff, but he was just warming up. And I was like, dude, do that over and over again. I go, let's try that on No Pose Allowed. So yeah, that was probably our most popular live song. That's the one everybody wanted to hear. And there's an animated video for it that's amazing. Have you seen, wait, hate to see you in the hospital, Doc. Thank you, Hanoi. Man, you know, man, I don't mean to be doom and gloom here, but I really thought I would have never seen 30 years old. I never thought I'd see it. And here I am at 60. And I'm coming to the hospital quite a bit. And let me tell you, man, I mean, I think I should have died many years ago. If I die now, man, I lasted 30 years. I thought I was going to die. Don't mean to be gloom or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if I died, you know, with all my health issues, you know. Because every time I'm in the hospital, I have these serious health issues. Then I come out of it and I'm fine. But this time, I don't think I'm going to die because of this, what I'm going on through now. I don't think this is going to kill me. But I think like the next time I come in for whatever the fuck it is, it may kill me. But hey, I made it this long and I got a shitload of YouTube videos that you can watch me forever. Oh, why am I saying this to you guys? Everybody watching now, I don't mean to be a dick or anything, but it's a fact. I'm going to outlive all of you. All right. And by the way, thank you, Hanoi, for saying that. Ralph, I don't know how people can think Vernon Reid and Tom Morello were guitar gods. These dudes suck. All right, I'll take it even further, dude. And yes, they're ridiculously bad. But man, I've seen people say that fucking the guy from Limp Bizkit, oh, he's a great guitar player. He's underrated. You should check out the shit he did out of Limp Bizkit. I did. And I'm like, I watched, and I'm thinking to myself, have these people ever heard Frank Marino or Gary Moore or Randy Rhoads, you know? And yes, he's a good guitar player, but he wasn't that great, in my opinion, is Prince. You know, everybody points to Prince, oh, that guitar solo he did on While My Guitar Gently Weeps, I think it was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was all right. It wasn't mind-blowing to me. Listen to Gary Moore, Spanish guitar, or fucking Ain't Dead Yet, Frank Marino, you know, all these fucking, you know, fucking Buckethead, you know, Sue Sailor. I mean, Prince wasn't that great. He was all right, but he wasn't that great. I know many will disagree, but seriously, you stack them up against even Jimi Hendrix, which Lemmy did say in an interview, I hate Prince. because I've seen Jimi Hendrix fuck Prince, and I'm like, yeah, true. Like Prince tries to be Hendrix in his solos, not even close. All right, whatever. I'm off my soapbox there. Um, how would you? Thank you, first of all, Wade, for writing in caps. I can read it better now. How would you rank the 8 Rainbow albums? I go Long Live Rock and Roll, Rising, Bent Out of Shape, Stranger Assault. Wow, you put Stranger Assault that high? Straight Between the Eyes, first album, Difficult to Cure, and Down. All right. Me, Rainbow Rising is their greatest album. Then I would say Long Live Rock and Roll. Then I would say Straight Between the Eyes. Then I would say the first one. Then I would say Down to Earth. Then I would say Difficult to Cure. Then, what's the one, Street of Dreams? Bent Out of Shape. And the last one with Doogie. Though it's great, Stranger Assault is a great album, but that'd be the bottom for me. Just arrived from the stream. Thank you for the great content, Ralph. Born from your fan and NZ. You're not my fan, you're my friend. And thank you there, Jimbo. Joseph. Jimbo, you rule, by the way. Joseph. Saw a job when I was 10 with my dad when it first came out. How old was I? I was younger than you, dude. Because I saw it when it first came out. And let me think. What? Oh, no. I was the same age as you, dude. I was 10 years old. So we were both born in 65, right? All right, cool, dude. Yeah, it changed my life. I mean, I was so stupid at 10 years old that after that, I couldn't sleep that night. I remember that, trying to sleep. And I remember thinking to myself, holy shit, one day we're going to die. Because I was thinking of the little kid on the raft. All right. Dave Ellison, favorite Judas Priest song is One Shot at Glory. I'd say it's Exciter. Suck versus Suck, Sonic Boom or 10,000 Volts. I gotta go with 10,000 Volts being the worst one. Favorite Uriah Heep album with David Bowie. You already asked that, and I don't know of any Uriah Heep album with David Bowie. Do you mean David Byron? Ellison is starring in a new version of Lonesome Wang Doodle. I never even heard of the original. Jim Dandy is better than Roth and Hagar. No, he isn't. He sucks. Oh, that's fucking my friend Danny. Dude, Jim Dandy had like the worst voice. He sucks. But hey, it's your opinion, dude. And to you, you're right. Ripped into Pieces is still probably my favorite Thrasher Die song. Right On, Metal Band. The energy in that song is so killer. Thank you, Metal Band. I don't know if you know this, Metal Band, but every lyric in that song, Ripped to Pieces, was taken from the Indianapolis speech from Jaws. I took everything Robert Shaw said and I made it rhyme. I'm very proud. That may be the proudest lyrics I ever wrote, was Ripped to Pieces. And thank you, Metal Band. You rock. I know Metal Band, I keep saying it, but I'm telling you, dude, I gotta be on Metal Band's channel. And I want Metal Band. I think I did ask Metal Band to do Almost Human live with us, but he works at that time. But I love Metal Band. Check out Metal Band's Chronicles. He's a great dude. He's a metal dude, man, and metal people that aren't pickle whistlers, I love with all my heart. You aren't dying. No, not this time. What's your favorite Sodom song? You know what? This is going to sound crazy because it's off a later album. No. I was going to say Napalm in the Morning, but no. My favorite Sodom song is Blasphemer. Hell yeah. All right. Montana says, what's your favorite Thrasher Die album cover? Mine is Melt in Your Skull. Alex How do you all come up with those album covers? Both of them were my idea. Man, I'm a little more, and I love Melting Your Skull, but I like Polar Holocaust a little more. You know, I actually have that painting, but it's warped. I need to take it somewhere so they can straighten it out, and I can hang it in my new living room before I die. I didn't get into Frank Marino till late, and damn, he is so good. Hell yeah, Metal Band, I agree with you. I think Lee Atlas from Heathen is up there as one of the best thrash guitar players. Super underrated. He is great. I'll give you that. Thoughts on Gary Moore's 1982 album, Dirty Fingers? It was the only released in Japan, came out a few years ago, Victim of the Future. I like it. I like Dirty Fingers. My favorite is Corridors of Power. Prince was great, not just lead player. I'm not a Prince fan, dude. I'm not. I'm just not. But hey, you like him, that's great. I find him extremely overrated. Uh, Gotta leave. All right, you Alamo, thank you so much. But I hope the best for you. Thank you, my friend. Que te recuperes pronto. Y gracias por todos los videos. Hell yeah, you Alamo. Gracias a usted, mi amigo. Love Rainbow. I think Rainbow of the World, I like Eyes of the World, is up there as one of the greatest Rainbow songs with Stargazer and Gates of Babylon. I'll tell you this, Eyes of the World, best damn song on Down to Earth, if you ask me. 65 for Me Too. I've seen AC/DC Heart and Kiss 7 times. Cool. I think I've seen, the first time I saw Heart was the Bebe Lestrange tour, 1982. And I've seen them, I didn't see Heart that many times. I saw him one time with Journey. That was much later. Yeah, I think I only seen Heart twice. Where AC/DC and Kiss I saw way more than 7 times. Why does everything suck? Asking for my friend Phil S. Right on, Bandito. David Ellison has a YouTube channel. Oh, really? What's the name of his YouTube channel? He has a real handle on things from your Kiwi friend Jimbo. Hi, Leslie. Metal Ben. That's interesting about Rip to Pieces. And much love back, man. Thank you, Metal Ben. Yeah, next time you hear Rip to Pieces, I mean, watch the Indianapolis speech, which I'm sure is on YouTube. It's the greatest scene in any movie, in my opinion. Everything Robert Shaw says in that monologue, I took everything he said, I made it rhyme. I'm very proud of what I did with that. Ralph, did you see Sodom on the... I've never seen Sodom, bro. Tapping Your Vein tour. Nope, I've never seen him. The new Sodom album, oh man, I gotta hear it. Ian was telling me about it. I love the one before it, that Genesis album. I put Gary Moore right behind Brian Robertson and Thin Lizzy. I have to put Sykes up there as well. Scott Gorham was the anchor. Yeah, they're all amazing. I think David Ellison is doing a cover of Queen's Flick of the Wrist. And you're dead, baby. Dislocate your spine if I will make you see double. I love that song. Hey, Doc, have you gotten any handies from the nurses? No, because I have a girlfriend and I don't like Coldplay. David Ellison's favorite Rolling Stones album is Sticky Fingers. We will replace you all. Okay, you've said this many times. Should I get rid of this idiot? If he says it again, I will. Elson jokes are killing me. They're all great. Ralph, didn't Dave Mustaine beat up Phil Sandoval from Arm's Taint for making fun of Lars? No, actually, what it was everybody jumped on top of Lars like a pileup, and Phil Sandoval got a little violent about it, and Dave Ellison broke his leg. That's what happened. Ralph, favorite song off the Hughes Thrall album? Muscle and Blood would be mine as well, my friend. Wasn't Frankie Banali on that album? Or was it Vinny Appice? No, it's Frankie Banali was on that record. I don't have that record. I should get it. But I know that song. I have it on MP3. And that's Wade Stacy, by the way. Hey, man, I'm not done. Everybody keep talking. I'm not done. I don't want to leave till like 12 for another half hour. So come on, everybody. Keep talking. I've been here an hour and 37 minutes. Best in Lizzie solo, Cold Sweat. This is the first time you've been caught up in the chat in years. You're right, Annoy, because I go off and talk about one question while a million questions keep going. Yeah, this is the first time I've been caught up. What's the coolest musician you ever met, Ronnie James Dio? Mine was my man, was Roy Manzarek of The Doors. Cool. Rest in peace, Ray. Have you ran into, hold on. Have you ran into the nurse, Paul Stanley of Kiss, was always talking about? Yep, she had the biggest tits I ever saw in my life, man. Favorite song, but now they're droopy. Favorite song from Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak album? Mine is Angel from the Coast. Here's one. Remember when I asked Michael Sweet if he would replace Paul Stanley? That's right, everybody. Striper there. That's my friend Danny. My friend Danny fucking got me VIP, and thank you so much, Danny. He got me tickets to Striper and the VIP. And when we met it, Danny said to Michael Sweet, hey, would you replace Paul Stanley? Because remember, this was back in the day when Paul was saying that bullshit that I called out, and I have a video about it from 8 years ago saying that Paul Stanley was never going to replace himself. But back then, Danny asked him, this is before the avatars, if he would replace Paul Stanley in Kiss. And Michael Sweet, right, Danny, he said no. And I think that's bullshit. I think he would totally do it. I'm here, but more of a listener. Hey, man, at least you're here. I appreciate you being here. David Ellison's favorite 1970s comedy is Slapshot. Man, I love that movie. That's another one of my favorite movies, Slapshot, which I need to get on 4K. Was the Hanson brothers are gods. Was the Gene Simmons vault experience worth it? Yes, totally was. Now, the vault itself isn't worth it. David Ellison's favorite Judas Priest song is Jawbreaker. Why? He sucks dick now? That's right. Yeah, Danny confirmed it. David Ellison is a joke. I can't look at him seriously anymore. Me neither. Who is funnier, Richard Pryor or Bret Michaels of Poison? It's a close one, but I got to go with Richard Pryor because he's intentionally funny. Wade Stacy, do you prefer Jimmy Page on electric guitar or acoustic guitar? He's great on both, but yeah, you're right, man. I don't know. You want to talk about an amazing Jimi Page acoustic piece? Physical Graffiti, Boneyard. Or is it Boneyard Stomp? No, I think it's just called Boneyard. That little acoustic instrumental, my God, what a fucking genius. Genius, I tell you. Did you buy the Ozzy re-record? No, I didn't actually. I already owned them, so why would I buy that shit? I did by mistake buy the Bark of the Moon re-record, not knowing it was re-recorded. Because it had One Up the B-side, so I bought it on CD. And then I was like, wait a second, these songs sound different. But One Up the B-side didn't sound different, so it wasn't a total waste. Sabbath. I don't know what you mean by that there, Dr. Ron. What band disappointed you the most live at any show? Let me think about that. Like bands I love, but they sucked live. Huh. You know, Soundgarden wasn't that great. And I love Soundgarden, but I didn't think they were good. They're better on record. Doc, Over the Edge or the Warriors Over the Edge? Ralph, have you ever seen Poison live? I saw Poison live 3 times. The first time I saw them live, they weren't signed yet. They played a place called Madame Wong's in LA. And there was a lot of people there. This was 85, like a year or two before the first album. They had a huge following. And all I remember of that show was, number one, they sucked. And number two, they had Silly String. Then I saw them open for Quiet Riot on the Quiet Riot 3 tour. And then I saw them with Rat. And that's all early Poison before the second album. Is there a better opening to an album than the song? What song is that? Wait, is there a better opening to an album than this song, Ace of Spades? I love Ace of Spades, but to me, the greatest opening to any album is the Hellion Electric Eye. Led Zeppelin is the only band I can think of when you can listen to every album and not have to skip any songs. Can you think of any others? Well, I can skip the Crunch. I hate that song. But everything else, I agree with you. No, I don't. I'm not a fan of the bluesy shit they did. Except these are the blues songs I like from Led Zeppelin. Since I've Been Loving You, I love. I love T for One. I'm Gonna Crawl. Is that really blues though? But I hate the bluesy songs of the first 2 albums. Okay. Describe what the metal scene was like during the 90s. Was it really dead? Yep, it sure was. But it was also a special time because, I saw Judas Priest and Dio in little clubs. And it was special because an Iron Maiden on the X Factor, it was a little bigger of a club, but it was still a club. But what was great about it was everybody that was at that show didn't turn their back on metal. I had so many fucking friends of mine that turned their backs on metal that weren't at those shows. But when metal made a comeback and it was back in arenas, they were all there again. Posers. Yeah, I had friends as posers. All right. I saw Poison live once, and I only went because I went with a smoking hot chick at the time. Metal band, I forgot also, I didn't really see it, but Poison opened for Kiss. And it was a Scab Kiss show. My friend Kenny, whatever happened to Kenny? He gave me a free ticket. I said, yeah, I was bored. I went. And he was telling me, you got to see Poison, dude. They're fun. And I was like, dude, I saw Poison back on that first album. And not my thing. He's like, dude, trust me. Watch them. I go, okay. So I saw Poison, and by the think it was the third song, they started playing Ride the Wind. And I looked at him, I go, dude, sorry, Kenny, bro. This shit's fucking terrible. So I sat through almost 3 songs. And yeah, I didn't go with a hot chick to that. And you see, Metal Band, I can understand. Here's the thing: Metal Band goes to a Poison show with a hot chick. I can understand that. But you know what? I can't understand dudes that go to Poison shows looking for chicks. Go to a fucking bar. Oh no, bars are free. Go to a bar, it's free. No, you got to throw money into Poison's pockets, and chances are you're not going to get a chick. Whatever. All right. Top 5 worst Motley Crue songs. All right, let's see if I can name all 5. Of course, Branded would be number 1. Then Time for Change of Dr. Shitgood. Bad Boy Boogie. I want to spread it out, not all on one record. Well, no, I can't. Without You, number 4. And number 5, I think it was called Down at the Whiskey from Saints of Los Angeles. There you go. Why did you go to LA? Wait. Why did you go to LA in the 80s? Because I just wanted to go, man. Long story. I went there. It was the 80s and the metal shit was thriving, and I wanted to live there. And I went with a bunch of friends. They all got homesick and left, and I was homeless for a little while. And my parents got me a bus ticket back with my tail between my legs. I failed, but that's why I went. I wanted to live there. I didn't even make it 2 months. Do you think the Alice in Chains was the best? See, yeah, I do. I mean, I like Queensryche more, but you can't really label them like from the Alice in Chains era. Like you got Soundgarden and Nirvana and shit like that. Alice in Chains was my favorite. Ralph, Stone Soldier has a demo in '84. Song's called Self-Made King with John Bush singing on the track. So says in the description. Does sound like him. Wow, dude. That's amazing. It's wild that you say that because when I met the dude in Soul Soldier, he goes, we opened for him sing, but he didn't mention and John Bush selling our demo. That's wild, dude. Wow. I definitely got to look into that. I have to disagree with you respectfully, Ralph, on Achilles' Last Stand. Every minute of that song is killer. But here's the thing, Zoo Nation, and I am just like you when it comes to this. When somebody tells you something that you don't agree with, I'm just like you. I don't give a fuck. And I know you don't give a fuck. I hate that part. I respectfully hate that part. Favorite song from The Firm. Mine is Satisfaction Guaranteed, Live, Peace. Live in Peace is the second. Live in Peace is my favorite Firm song. That's off the second album. That's my favorite Firm song. The only song I skip from the Ozzy era album is Superstar. I love that song. One of the best videos you ever recorded, Ralph, was of Kiss. Don't Do It, Paul. Yeah. Don't do it, Paul. Is that still up on my YouTube? Because they take down everything from years ago. Actually, there is a 7-song Stone Soldier demo. 4 tracks with John Bush? What the fuck, bro? That's amazing. Thank you for letting me know all this shit. Definitely got to look at it. Oh, go check it out. Who makes you laugh more, Poison or Steel Panther? Poison. Steel Panther is hilarious, but I think Poison is funnier because they're not trying to be funny. I think that's what makes them funnier. Getting late, gotta do. All right, Joseph. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Joseph. All right. The two Paul Stanley of Kiss videos that you did from the solo record back in the early 2000s, still fucking great. You did it all right. You did It's All Right. I remember that. I didn't do a video for Wouldn't You Like to Know Me? No, you're wrong. I did not make, that was somebody else. Hey, brother, would you rank the Dirty Harry movies from Lisa? All right, they're all great. But definitely Magnum Force, then the first one, then Sudden Impacts, and then the last one. What was the last one called? Wait, I think there was even another one, right? Dude, I'm on pain pills, but yeah, definitely Magnum Force is my favorite. What's the best concert movie of all time? You know what? Let me think about that for a second. There's so many. AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. I saw that shit in the theater and it was loud. They had amps and shit. Yeah, that, for those about to rock. I mean, Let There Be Rock. Do you think Chuck Beeler and Jeff Young were mediocre with Megadeth? Not really mediocre. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, it ain't shit like Gar and Chris. What's your favorite RMCP episode? I said it the other day. Now I forgot what it was. Oh, when we interviewed Gordon G. Gerbert. That's definitely my favorite episode. Love you, Ralph. From me and Psycho. Ah, that's my friend Bladder, Morbid Thrasher, who's right now with Psycho at his house partying. They're always party on the Friday nights. Love both of you guys. Man, have you seen recent videos of Ace Frehley? No, I'm done watching his videos. Jesus, he needs to practice more. Yeah, I'm done watching him. And he came here like a few months ago. It was the first time I ever didn't go to an Ace Frehley show since 1996. 1987. I never missed an Ace Frehley South Florida show. That was the first one. And not the last one. If he comes back, I'm not going. I'm not supporting him anymore. Ralph, would you rather hear Paul Stanley doing the intro of Heaven's on Fire nowadays? Or Yoko Ono? Yoko Ono, easy one. Easy question, dude. Go to sleep, Grandpa. All right, hold on. Let me go to sleep, Grandpa. Oh yeah. Hey, look at me, everybody. I need attention because I'm a fucking loser. Well, you're gone. Bye-bye. Ralph, the YouTube channel with the demo is called Reverend Metal Church. Man, that's awesome because Metal Church and then Reverend, the band that David Wayne was in. I'll look it up, dude. Thank you guys so much. I think it was just you, Kendall, or if it was somebody else involved. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. The Deadpool, Clint Eastwood, that's the last one. Dirty Harry. Great movie. Guns N' Roses is in that movie. Starman, David Bowie, or 400 Star Rider. I gotta go with Star Rider. The RMCP of Vangina Fuck was gold. Yep, that was a good one. King Diamond, Black Horseman versus Black Sabbath, Black Moon. I love them both. And Black Moon is my favorite song off of Headless Cross, but definitely King Diamond. Peter has a new rock record coming out. Maybe it is better than off. Maybe? Come on, how can it be worse? Which album is better? First Yngwie Malmsteen album or Alcatraz Disturbing the Priest? I gotta go with Yngwie, but you know, man, I love Alcatraz Disturbing the Priest. When I met Graham Bonnet, I had him sign that album, and he told me that's his favorite Alcatraz album. Yeah, the Wayne album, my God, Metal Ben, you ain't kidding. You want to talk about like the most underrated metal album ever? Check out the album. The band's called Wayne, and the album's Metal Church. Fucking A. I was really disappointed with Metal Church, the masterpiece, where David Wayne came back to Metal Church. That was such a disappointing album. And then Wayne went solo and made an album called Metal Church. That fucking has to be the most underrated metal album ever. You know, I went to a club like a year or two ago, and I became really fast friends with a dude that was wearing a Wayne metal shirt. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I gotta look for that shirt. I want a shirt like that. What are your thoughts on the 2005 version of House of Wax? I don't know that, Travis. I don't know what that is. Dehumanizer or the Devil You Know? Dehumanizer. I love the Devil You Know. A lot of people didn't, but I love that album. Metal Ben is the man, Danny. You got that right. Ralph, have you heard of the band? Yeah, I love Enforcer. You know, I saw Enforcer, and my drummer, Brutal Brian, did their tour in America. Yeah, I got all the records. Well, all their CDs. 1979 versus Hospital Food. Let me tell you something. If Hospital Food was a heaping plate of dog shit, I'd still pick Hospital Food. Thoughts on Invisible Shield after... I don't really think it was that great. It's not horrible. But I thought Firepower was better. It's all right. The best song on there is The Serpent and the King. That's a good song. My favorite song off the Humanizer is I. Hey, Jimbo, that's my favorite Black Sabbath song with Dio, is I. I'm a virgin. I'm a whore. All right. What's the best Dio album after Last in Line? For me, it'd be Strange Highways. Grossly underrated, great album. All right. All right. Keep going, guys, because I'm leaving soon, but hey, I'm all caught up. When Poison first came to Los Angeles, they were sawing mannequins' heads off. Wasn't that Motley Crue? Gush of Blood. No, that was Motley Crue that did that, dude. They got here. Only good news, brother. Thank you, Edward. I'm about to leave, guys, so let's make the last ones count. I bought the Bowie album. I love Scary Monsters. After hearing the RMC podcast review episode, did you like it, Metal Mark? I love that album. So weird. Sabbath song versus On Fire. Oh, I got to go with Van Halen, but damn, that's a tough one. If you could go back in time, would you relive the 70s or the 80s? Definitely the 70s. I like the 70s more. The 80s were great, but after 1984, it kind of sucked. MTV sucked after 84. I know a lot of you loved it. I thought Headbangers Ball sucked. You know, Headbangers Ball would have like maybe 2 or 3 great videos out of 3 hours. Overrated. But everything under 84, MTV was great. If you, all right, Blizzard of Oz or Born Again? Born Again. Doc, do you own the original Japanese pressing of Quiet Riot? I own the original Quiet Riot 2 from Japan. And yeah, I don't own the first one. I do have the first one because my buddy J-Man got me. They re-released it a couple years ago, so I have the first one on vinyl now. But I have Quiet Riot 2. I bought it at Bleecker Bob's in 1996 when I went to go see Kiss reunion shows. I saw 3 of the 4 shows in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I do own Quiet Riot 2 from Japan. You like Motley Stew? I like them more than Motley Crue. Ralph, do you think Riot's album cover played? Yeah, of course. That Seal fucking killed it for them. MSG 1981 album versus, I gotta go with Assault Attack. Electric Light Orchestra Poker versus AC/DC The Jack. I love that ELO song, but I gotta go with The Jack. No, they were my old band. Okay, dude. Okay, if they did, they did. But Motley Crue did that too. Motley Crue sewed the head off of a mannequin. I don't know shit about Poison, so yeah, I'm sure you're right. I apologize. Is there a good Def Leppard album after Pyromania? Nope. What do you think of Jakey Lee and the Bark of the... I thought he was great, man. I thought he was awesome. I wish I could have seen the 70s. Yeah, Metal Band. It was something else. Hand messages from David Ellison from Sammy Belcher. I don't know what that means. Bigger poser, Ricky Rackman or Tommy Thayer? Definitely Ricky Rackman. I don't think there's a bigger poser. Well, maybe Eddie Trunk. No. Even Eddie Trunk is not a biggest poser. Let me explain why Ricky Rackman is a poser. And by the way, I made a video of Ricky Rackman called The Poser on my other channel called Fools Fear Me. I explain it all. This is a guy that in the 80s, he had the big poofy hair, lip gloss. You can see him declining with the civilization. And then later on Headbangers Ball, he had the poofy hair and all that. But then when the shit was changing and Green Day became big, he cut his hair, he dyed it green, and he said, I was always into punk rock. Fucking poser. If you had a brown dot on your forehead, I'd believe you did a 61 today. I don't know what the fuck that means. Or 69. Looking forward to seeing you chipper again. Thank you, Tootsie. I hope so too. Yes, I loved Scary Mind. Oh, cool, dude. I'm glad we turned you on to it. Any plans on playing live with your band? No. Speedy recovery, Ralph. No. You know what I plan on doing though? You know, every single Thrasher Die show was filmed. Every single one. There was one show we played where the lights were so dark where you couldn't see the band. And then there's another show where like four songs into it, the battery died. But every other show was filmed. And I plan on doing this. Uploading every goddamn show on the Thrasher Die YouTube page, which hasn't been updated in like a fucking decade or so. I plan on putting every single Thrasher Die show. Because we never played we played one bad show. And that was because my guitar player was fucking ripped on Jägermeister. But every other show we played was amazing. You know? I mean, my band was fucking awesome, man. They were tight as fuck. And man, it was always a fun show. Thrasher Die was amazing. We were amazing. And I should put them all up so you all can see how amazing we were. Did you watch? By the way, I'm going to go, guys. So, last one I'm going to answer is Poison might be the worst band. Love you, Doc. Not homo. Cheers, all. That's a Noia bomb. That's going to be the last question. Well, let me scroll back. Oh yeah. Any plans? Okay. Did you? Do you watch? Do you watch live? And it was the 40th anniversary. Do you think Queen was the best? Yes. I mean, watch my Zoo Nation. I put up a review of Live Aid this past Sunday on the 40th anniversary, and I say it on there. They were the best band there. The Ricky Rackman video was hysterical, especially the glug, glug, glug part. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah. Yeah. Trickster's awesome. Glug, 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 glug. Hey, I want to tell you the story behind that. You know why I made that video? I got in a fight with Ricky Rackman. This goes back in the Metal Sludge Bulletin Board days. He was there. And I said to Ricky Rackman, I said, hey, Ricky, who's your favorite band this week? He lost his fucking mind. And you know how Ricky Rackman is. I like everything from Motorhead to Johnny Cash. Look at me. Blah, blah, blah. So I made that video and I replied with it. I go, yeah, here. And he didn't reply to that, but he saw it. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. Ricky Rackman, Ode. Yeah, I know. Sad Boy Sabbath song versus Paranoid. Definitely Sad Boy Sabbath, not even close. Top 5 all-time favorite movies. Jaws, The Shining, Terminator, The Blues Brothers, Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong. Top 5. Favorite Kiss album? The first album, and Kiss Alive. Poison might be the worst band ever. Love you, Doc. Oh, okay, that's it. That's it. We're done. I'm sorry. I know there's more. Okay, I'll read the last few. Which band had the best concert shirts and or merch? Merciful Fate 1993, I think it was, In the Shadows. They had the Don't Break the O shirt. They had a bunch of killer shirts. I bought everything. Yeah. And also Kiss. The reunion, they had some great, great shit. All right. Suck versus Suck, Bret Michaels or Poison? Isn't it the same shit? Wish I could have seen Thrash or Die. We were great, man. Get well soon, Ralph. I need some fresh Belcher hate to keep me young. Well, you'll get it once I get better. Poison might be the worst band ever. Okay, that's it. That's it, my friend. And thank you. Let me see if Elkbomb. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, everybody, man. Thank you, Rockstar. You take care. He's from Canada. I love Canada. Best Smashing Pumpkin song? No such thing. So, everybody out there, thank you for watching. Stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.